First of all, I want to bring to your attention that the constitution of ODM places upon every member of a party a responsibility to combat negative propaganda that is detrimental to the interests of the party. The word used in our constitution under Article 5 is combat, not respond to, not deal with, combat. So we will deal with propaganda in the terms with which our constitution has expressed itself. And as a Secretary General of a party, I have the greatest responsibility to actually do that combating. So we have suffered as a party before because we did not combat propaganda that was directed our way, specifically from the character of William Ruto. You know that we suffered greatly in the elections in 2013 because of the propaganda around the Mao issue. And it is my stated mission that for as long as I'm the Secretary General of the party, I will undertake that duty without fear or favor, because that is what the members of the party expect from me. So we have to set the record straight every time that we encounter such propaganda. There were a lot of things that were in the Deputy President's statement, and you can see the bitterness that is coming out, because for us we are a bit surprised, Ken. We have heeded the call of our captain, Honorable Raila Odinga, to cease fire with Jubilee. It's not as if we do not have capacity to return the fire that is being directed at us. Just because we've put down our weapons doesn't mean we have forgotten how to use them. And even when the president was in Kisumu, James Orengo made the point that really for us, we are standing behind our leader. He has told us to cease fire. We cannot even, we cannot throw a stone back. We cannot even look at a stone, because Raila will tell you to stand down. But at the same time, we are seeing salvos coming from the other side, because somehow, because of the indiscipline on the other side, they have refused to heed the call of the president that really, at this particular point in time, we would like to bring the nation together. We calm down all the fiery rhetoric. You remember the president had even apologized for some of the language that was used during the campaigns. We accepted that apology. We also apologized for some of the things that we said. I personally apologize for my statements in the media during the campaigns and in public during the campaigns, and on behalf of other young leaders who are hot bloods within the party. So we thought that we were starting on a new footing. And if you look at the conduct of the party so far, we have heeded the call. But we are surprised that there are elements within Jubilee who do not have respect enough for their captain and their leader, the party leader, to be able to respect his director.
But that's not upon you to judge, because you are engaged with ODM. Why would you think Jubilee are not respecting the
Ken, if we agree in this studio that we are not going to throw the liquids in our cups at each other, then really I am in a position to judge when you are throwing it. Yeah.
And identify it.
Because I'm the target of
why can't you limit it to what goes to ODM?
So this is what we are saying, because we know that the language and the rhetoric was directed at the party leader of ODM. He didn't have to mention him by name, but he described him. And we know his problem with the party leader is that he believes that the party leader owes him the presidency. And this coming hot on the heels of some of the things we've been discussing here, there is an attempt to run away from that sensational claim that somebody is after his life, and yet he has refused
I'm going to talk about that.
We have to put all these things in context, interrogate every single thing that he says. When he says, for instance, that we are prone to making allegations of corruption on everything. When we sounded the alarm on, for instance, the Eurobond, the Auditor General himself in his report said he was unable to trace a single project where this money was utilized. On NYS, I don't need to say anything. You know about the fake fertilizer. You know about the Northern Collector Tunnel and all the issues that were raised on that particular project. So it's not just about us raising these issues so that we stall projects. On the contrary, we would like to shine light on these contracts so that they are actually implemented and they don't end up like Kimware and Aror.
Mheshimiwa Mabonga, please find for me justification in what the Deputy President said on over the weekend. It was yesterday, not even over the weekend, regarding his role. He says he'll not remain in office and do his duty as expected in the office. He'll get out in the field and that is his hand. Find for me justification with that, because there is the notion that there's no politics that should be going on. But this is what happens, and I've seen in one of the political rallies.
Well, I don't know whether those ones are called political rallies, but every time I accompany the Deputy President, we are doing development. In fact, he has been in my constituents more than once, and every time he comes, there is specific assignment that he's doing. The other day, we were doing fundraising for the women. He was there last time when we were doing fundraising for the youth. So, and the other time he came when he was actually handing over the school bus to one of the schools that he had promised. So at times when he comes, he is specifically on the national duty as the deputy president, not necessarily a political rally. I've never organized a political rally for him. And secondly, I've just listened to some of the sentiments he made yesterday. I wanted to know specifically what is this propaganda that my colleague here is alleging to, because the deputy was talking of the fundraising, people who want to stop fundraising, and actually was responding to some sentiments that were made against him, that regarding money in the banks and all that, such like things. What I want to say, Ken, here is that, you know, we can't run away that there is corruption in this country. And secondly, we cannot deny the fact that there are at least some achievement from the side of the government. But what we need to do, people can abuse anything in this country if you don't know. Let me ask a question to my panelists here. Let's assume today that malaria and malaria drugs, of course, we take them to treat malaria. And then we say there are people abusing malaria drugs. So the best way to do it is to stop people from taking malaria drugs, or there are other remedies that we need to deal with. We are not denying that fact. He was responding specifically to an issue that had been raised by a certain leader.